Okay, good afternoon, everybody. We're back. Unfortunately, it looks like we got another winter storm coming to us. Hopefully not as bad as what some of the forecasts said it was going to be, but still it will be significant. We just completed our internal public safety meeting, and it is clear that from the National Weather Service that we will receive a significant amount of snow and some sleet and freezing rain. So Diane Vogel from Emergency Services will update us. Diane?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good afternoon. The recent information that we received from the National Weather Service is an improvement for the Louisville metro area, in that the northern half of the county is anticipated to receive between 4 and 7 inches of snow. And if you divide that line roughly across the 264 corridor, south of that looks like it's going to be 6 to 9 inches of snow. It's attempting to change over to snow now in our local area. You'll see some sleet, some snow flurries. That transition should be expected by late afternoon, and then all of this should be wrapped up by tomorrow before noon. So that's the last summary we have. Thank you.
So we're preparing for this in a couple different ways. Our snow team will be out salting and plowing. They'll be working 12-hour shifts, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And as a reminder to everybody, we focus on the main routes here in the city. And the streets, once they're treated, will improve mobility throughout the city. So obviously we clear the streets that are most trafficked so we can get the most people moving most efficiently. Then once the main streets are cleared, we turn our attention to the most important side streets in conjunction with JCPS, so we can make sure that we've got the school buses moving safely throughout the city as well. Obviously, it's been raining quite a bit, 2 inches on average, so we cannot pre-treat the roads with brine, but the minute the snow starts, our snow team will be out working to keep the city open and moving. As a reminder, we have about 265 people on the snow team and about 160 pieces of equipment or so that many people saw in action a week or two ago. Now, we learned a couple things from the snow event last week that we're asking everybody to help with. First, if you can, please remove your cars from the 98 major snow routes. A list of those routes is available to you all and has been provided, and we put that list on social media as well. This will help us clear the streets more efficiently, but just as important, it helps you all, citizens, to ensure that you don't get plowed in. And we saw some of that last week. Since we're getting a good amount of snow, all the snow needs to go somewhere. And if your car is parked on those major routes, our plows could likely trap in your vehicle. We don't want to do that, but that happens if there is quite a bit of snow out there. Second, and this is really critical, because we didn't perform as well as we should have during the last snowstorm as a city in this area, and this is clearing sidewalks. Okay? We need to do a better job collectively as our citizenry and as our government in making sure that people have a place to walk, and that's with the sidewalks. This is especially important for people that use walkers or wheelchairs so that they have ample space to move about. And the responsibility for clearing sidewalks belongs to the property owners, so citizens, businesses, churches, temples, mosques, everybody. You are responsible for the sidewalks in front of your property. So please, please clear those. We need better performance by everybody during this snowstorm. We don't want to fine people, but there was a lot of inconvenience this last time because some of our critical sidewalks were not cleared. I know it's difficult, especially with the amount of snow that we had, and then it got freezing as well. So please plan on when you're going to clear your sidewalks. The best time to clear them, obviously, is right after the snow has fallen, but before it compacts and especially before it turns to ice. We're going to have a couple cold days, not like it was last week, but a couple cold days on Thursday and Friday. So get out there as soon as you can after the snow stops and remove the snow. If you wait, it just becomes much, much more difficult to clear the snow and ice. And so please, we need your help to clear the sidewalks, and it also is the law. We don't want to fine folks, but it can be a $25 to $100 fine. If you need help, please call a friend. Maybe your young neighbor next door will come and help you out. but please focus on it as a priority for you. So that was one area where we could have done better as a total city last week. The other area is our TARC bus stops and our shelters as well. So Barry Barker, who runs TARC, is going to come up here and explain to us what our overall plan is for making sure people can get on and off the buses better. Barry Barker.
Yes, all of our service will be out there, and we will probably on occasion need to go to snow routes, but for most of the time we'll be on the regular streets. We will be on regular routes to the full extent that we can. What we've got is we've got 4,800 stops out there. We've got 459 shelters. We are going to have people out there attempting to clean them, particularly the ones more centrally located. The Louisville Downtown Management District is helping us out with the downtown shelters. We will have contractors out on the main arterials. We'll be looking at clearing them on Broadway, Preston, Dixie Highway, 4th Street, Bardstown Road, Frankfort Avenue. What we would ask people to do is, look, if you can give us a hand and shovel out your bus stop or the one that's near your house, it will be a great community service, really. And what we'd like to also do is remind folks that, look, even if the snow's not cleared, is to stay on the sidewalk till the bus comes and the bus comes to a complete stop. We're reminding our drivers, amongst everything else they're going to be faced with, is to make sure they're looking out for people who want to ride that bus. But please stay on the sidewalk until that bus comes to a complete stop. If you want to check on what TARC service is doing in real time, is go to Google or to ridetarc.org, and we'll be able to give you that real-time information about what's happening at the point in time you need to know it. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Barry. And again, we'd appreciate any citizens if they can help out with any of the TARC stops to have that shovel with them and give us a hand and get that highly valued Snow Angel Compassion Award for this storm, okay? All right, a couple things as it relates to just general operations, and then we'll get a comment on our school system. First off, LG&E, obviously we're monitoring the situation there. Kind of the situation we hope that we can avoid is any kind of massive freezing of ice on the wires, but everything is operating normal there. For our Metropolitan Sewer District, we've obviously got a lot of rain, and you can see water standing out there, about 2 inches rainfall on average. Normal amounts of catch basin backup, nothing to worry about there. It's possible that we'll have an Ohio River crest on Monday, and current forecasts are calling for about half of our emergency pumps to be in operation, so we're good to go and ready to go there. Louisville Water Company, everything is operating as normal. We've got a couple events downtown tonight. We have the U of L game. Starts at 7 o'clock before they beat Notre Dame tonight. And then the Lion King is also downtown at the Kentucky Center for the Arts. So we'd encourage you to come early. But then when they let out, obviously, that if the forecasts hold up, we'll be right in the middle of the storm. So take your time going home and be careful on that. We'll have our special events team from LMPD out and making sure traffic is flowing smoothly on that. So plan ahead. Louisville Metro Animal Services, remember to bring your pets inside. We do have there's a creek behind the Manslick Animal Services. If that rises up too quickly, we're monitoring that and have community partners ready to roll if that becomes a problem. If school is canceled tomorrow, Meals on Wheels will not be delivered, but wellness checks will be made on regular schedule. If school's out tomorrow, the community centers will be open also for the kids from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and adults are welcome as well. Libraries and all government buildings will be open tomorrow as well. Our facilities team for our government buildings, they are to report at 3 a.m. tomorrow to make sure people can get in and out, and sidewalks are clear as well. And then as it relates to garbage pickup, recycling, and bulk waste, go ahead and put your stuff out on regular schedule, but they may not be picked up tomorrow depending on the amount of snow that comes in. But just stay tuned. If there's an ongoing amount of snow, we'll obviously be continuing these briefings, but go ahead and put your garbage, recycling, and yard debris out, and we'll just be having to play it by ear depending on how much of that. That's the equipment and the personnel that's deployed to help get the snow off the streets. Okay, now I would ask Superintendent Donna Hargens to come up and give us an update on JCPS. Dr. Hargens.
Thank you, Mayor. So we know that the bad weather is heading our way more slowly than expected, but I am confident that JCPS made a decision this morning that was in the best interest of the safety of our students. We transport 70,000 students on over 900 buses each day, and what we need is a window of 3 hours, even in ideal conditions, to make sure that all students are transported safely. So this morning at 4 a.m., we had to make a decision for our families. Based on predictions from the National Weather Service and local meteorologists, who, by the way, have a tough job, we did not have an indication that it would be possible for all our children to travel on buses in safe conditions. We cannot and will not gamble with the safety of our students, not even one. So as we came over here this afternoon, we were seeing sleet, and we know that snow is forecast soon. So even if we had dismissed early today, our students would be on buses right now. The makeup day for today will be Tuesday, June 2nd. So looking forward to tomorrow, we will be monitoring the weather forecasts and road conditions closely, and we will announce any decision to the media and on our JCPS website and on social media as soon as possible. I hope that everyone checked out today's Wonderopolis Wonder of the Day, which is posted on our website. It was number 814, Can It Snow When It's Not Cold? So we're excited to see what our students learn, and rest assured we will keep our families posted on plans for tomorrow. We know it is important to let our families know early. So we appreciate your patience as we monitor the forecast. Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Hargens. And the Catholic schools asked us to communicate that they are monitoring the situation for tomorrow as well. So everybody just stay tuned here as the weather picture becomes a little bit more clear. And like last week, en español, no han decidido si las escuelas están cerradas. Mañana están vigilando la situación. Stay tuned. Okay. Then let's see. The last thing, obviously, is it's going to be cold. So after we get through tomorrow, Thursday's low is about 10 degrees. Friday, 18 degrees is what it's forecasted at. So just remember to cover up and take all kinds of precaution with the cold weather. Again, we're not going to have the extended cold that we had last week, but it looks like we're going to have a couple of days where it's quite cold. So stay vigilant to that as well. And then for Metro employees, there's been some question on whether or not we're going to do this again tomorrow, the folks that show up at the 3 o'clock meeting. So just go ahead and block that on your calendars and be here, and obviously we'll brief the media as to whether or not we'll have this media availability tomorrow at 3:30, depending on what happens between now and then. And I will thank also our snow team and everybody else from Metro that worked so hard last week. Actually, I was with them yesterday morning, and they said whether it's 1 inch or 12 inches, they will be ready for it. So thanks, everybody, for covering this, and now we'll be happy to take any questions.
This has been a Metro TV production, a public service of Louisville Metro Government.